Hello my sunny sovereigns, it is 18th of June. Have I worn this one before? Make You Think Clothing from the brother in Sheffield, MCA, Matthew, something, aka Pob, street name Pob. You don't need a legal name, we know him as Pob. If you live in Sheffield and you know a man called Pob, you probably know this guy. That's all the idea you need, see? Simple, isn't it? This is an info video about the meeting on the 29th because people are asking what the point of it is, what the objective is, what we hope to achieve, and can we raise and mention various points of which I need help with. So hopefully this video, with a little bit of technical magic, will be ending up on a web page that you go to when you want to say you are coming to this event. So one of the members, I've asked for help in Sovereigns because we're growing very fast. An admin's retired, 70 years ripe age, he's retired, bless him, so I congratulate him, thank him for that and welcome him into his retirement duly earned. And some are on doing projects and we're growing quite big and we need extra help. So while this was greatly received by the members and people on the channel, they've come along and offered to do things like donate vans or assist financially or offer any help with research or start looking for venues somewhere in the Midlands where we need to get together, and we're still on with that. Lots of things really. What's happened here is by me coming out on a mission and creating Sovereign Paralegals and doing videos and going out in the world and asking questions and saying, this is what I know, what do you know, let's have a chat. This book says this, what do you think? Let's have another chat. Then we had chat with some more people, and it's just we're all still having this big chat. Funnily enough, this chat's it's like the Willy Wonka of chats. It just never ends. It's the never-ending conversation. But we have actually got full stops now, thanks to another clever man who's taught us to use things wisely and constructing the conversation and the words that you use and how they are. So yeah, it's very clever. These members that have come along have not only come and offered, they've brought knowledge, they've brought what they know, what they believe, and then we've looked at it and we contrast that with what we believe and what other people have got and what we've got for fact, what the fact is, and then what the actual proposition to the fact is, and interpretation. And if necessary, the beautiful thing happens now, people make amends, people change, people go, oh, that needs sorting out then, nice one, you are a legend. And we don't go, oh no, I'm the great such and such, I've been doing this 20 years and I am correct, this is the proper way. No, we don't. We just go, all right, and everyone comes in. It's an ever-evolving, ever-growing, interactive, non-owned family. So society, whatever you want to call it, something, you know, natural is what it is. And when it's natural and when it's wholesome and when it's non-financially run and obligated and there's no gain in it for anybody, and it's just what you get, what you put in, you get out, the circle, you give, and so you get you receive, get given. So you have to be careful making these videos because it's quite easy for me to say stuff that is not what I mean. And with me knowing about implied meanings and definitions, you'd think it'd be easy. But no, you're programmed with subconsciously Tavistock, MK Ultra, mind control, programmed with the tell a lie vision, tell a vision, tell lie vision. You know, it wasn't called the radio guide programming guide, Radio Times programming guide when I was a kid. I saw that many a sofa. They had MTV, they had all the mod cons, they had all the things, the gadgets and that, and yeah, programming guide. So yeah, when you're speaking, you accidentally say things that you are thinking, I think this, but this bit slips some stuff in your subconscious without this bit having any control. Your consciousness is fighting your subconscious due to this programming that's deep in the back of your cerebral cortex and your synaptic functions. Then it's obviously fighting secret battle inside, cognitive dissonance. So you know, you members are learning a lot, you're bringing a lot, and this meeting, well, I can't thank you enough. That in itself is blessings. We love you, you love us, and you love each other because this is what you're doing. You're showing, you're bringing, you're contributing, you're offering, and the conversations that I've had on the telephone that we've put up on the website, fantastic. So genuine and wholesome and, you know, productive. I do this in my own time. I have a finite amount of time, which is why we need this family to stand up on its own 2 feet. You've gone out of being a child, you've gone out, you're getting into adolescence, and you're learning, you're getting strong, you're getting your badges now, you know, you're earning your stripes, you're going out alone. Look at Steve, what he's done, new member to the group, 4 months in, thereabouts. Respect to him, he's on the channel, he's got a video. Look at the postal fraud video that we've just uploaded within the last 2 weeks. Fantastic, he's come along, he's never made a video before. He's had a go, he's got the knowledge, he's questioned it, he's made a video of what he's done. Absolutely amazing. Nearly 300 hits in a day, or a day and a bit, so, you know, that's inspired him. He'll inspire others. Others will see that. They will come out with their inhibitions that this mental prison has you all in. They can't even explain the reality of which governs us. They don't know how to describe stuff. They teach Darwin's theory of evolution as an actual fact in school. They don't know nothing. They don't tell us the truth. They hide it. They cover it up in a secret language. And, you know, you need to know at the beginning what you need to do. So thank you to all the members. This old coconut, yeah, it's seeping. So you are helping out, you are making massive moves, you are having your own successions, you are offering your own interpretation of the truth and the facts, and you are being productive, you're building stuff, you're helping us out. So that in itself is just like blessings from the heart. And when you bless somebody, you get blessings back. When you love things and you love people, you get love back. It's a simple thing. If you just try it, look at the rice water experiment by Dr. Masaru Emoto, and look for a free PDF download of messages from water. Then go and do that experiment, and you will see the quantum mechanics and the applied physics of which this godlike, divine, matrix, cosmic, whatever infrastructure is running on. It's just mental. So we will teach you everything. We will, as a group, learn with each other. We are just enablers. We have enabled people to come along and connect and talk and interact and look at files and cross-reference and upload their own and make their own videos and go out and do their own research. That we have become facilitators in the grand scheme of it. We're facilitating and we're enabling. So that's all. We are not the ones doing the battle. We are with you. We are giving our opinion and thoughts on things and seeing if anybody feels the same. And if they do, then we have a chat, and I go, yeah, have you heard about this chat we're having? This chat's been going on for about since the 60s, John Lennon, JFK, Martin Luther King. If you do this chat though, there's a chance you might get in trouble. What, you know, but we still chat, we need to. I've got kids on this planet, you've got kids on this planet. Most of you, some of you, probably, yes. So, the children, if you're not here tomorrow, who's going to teach your kids this lesson? Who's going to look out for them? Who's going to teach them what their name is, how to write their name, when a signature isn't an autograph and an autograph isn't a signature, how to put it and indemnify yourself, how to sign without liability, how to understand the secret language, how to decode the glossa, dogma, Latin, you know, corruption of text, language, leading questions, bad attitude, breach of process, not following law at all, the rule of law just being ignored, being classed as a default citizen, employee, slave, modern day debt slave, having your rights taken away. Rights are rights, you can't have them took away. If the big man, creator, God, whatever you want to call it, gives you stuff, you don't have them took away. You've got your claim of right to think about, you've got your statutory declaration to think about, you've got your notice of intent to think about. Beautiful day. Good things are happening. Times are changing. You have got all the knowledge that you, all the knowledge that you require is in Sovereign Paralegals. We're going to upload the files now. We've got help, and we're going to look for a webmaster, I believe. Daryl, yes. Anybody that's tech-minded but who wants to offer advice. We've taken quite a lot, and we're going to build an interactive page so we can get the reliability onto the independent web server as opposed to the publicly accessible Facebook domain. Then we will look at evolving again. So 29th of July is the date for your calendar. We're going to be in the Midlands somewhere. Contact via comments on this video. It will be on YouTube and hopefully uploaded to a separate page, so don't worry, you can find it on YouTube or find us on the links from sovereignparalegals.uk. And what else do we need to talk about? Nothing really, just a short video. 10 minutes is long enough to explain 8 hours of what's going to be laid before you. In 6 hours will be actual you know, productivity time. We'll have 2 hours in between breaks and talking and, you know, doing stuff ready for it. We were born ready for it. So yeah, thank you very much. You are amazing. There's lots of love going about, there's lots of positive stuff happening, there's lots of learning going off. You are applying yourselves, you are standing up as a, you know, I'm sorry to speak like this, but it's an evolution of an intelligence. The group is an intelligence, the family is a master brain. We have lots of individuals in there that are offering advice and their thoughts and opinions, and they're often all the same, and we have contradicting advice and opinions, and often it is welcomed, and we look at it and we discuss it, and that's what this digital university is. You've got literature there, you've got all the posts, you've got the people to chat to, and you've got the walls to bounce it off. So like I say, it needs to be structured, we need to have direction. The trusts with the limited liability and We Buy Any Debt on Facebook, I don't mind advertising other like-minded groups that seem to have got, I don't fully understand everything yet, but this is another thing we'll talk at the meeting. The trusts, looking at multi-layered trusts and getting a legal person and putting it into a trust and not actually dissolving it or you know, what do other people say to it now, collapsing it. But you get the legal name, because then that's civil death. After 7 years lost at sea, you're classed as dead. So the same thing occurs when you destroy or, you know, collapse it, return it, nullify it. It will end in civil death. No national insurance number, no access, no infrastructure, no negotiable instrument to do commerce with in the real world. You, as the flesh and blood, need this negotiable instrument, namely under the bills of exchange, as money, cash, you know, and you also need the other negotiable instrument, which is your legal person, which is the document that they create for you. And then after the age of 7, they give you the IMF, International Monetary Fund, national insurance number. Then they start monitoring, tracking and getting you ready for when you're 18 to go to work and start paying that tax, and through the PAYE contribution of tax. It's amazing. So there's so much to discuss and to educate you and to divulge in and to reference and source and to further remedy, you know, everything, and to discuss who's got available options, availability. You know, we need to find out and connect more. We need to have a more reliable national network. We need to have a place to go. We need to have a mainframe. We need to all agree, and we need to all agree on the same thing just about, and then actually enforce that somehow, enforcing it through public notices, through the boldness of it, through, you know, through the whatever equity that we have, or that whatever we do not have to do through the main registered avenues. You see, you have the right to trade, levy and barter. You have the right, your claim of right, your birthright, your God-given right, if you are a God person or a creator person or a, you know, someone that isn't the Big Bang Theory. But no matter what your religion, this is another interesting point, no matter what your religion, if you have a birth certificate, you're in the Roman Catholic Church with that legal person, you see, and you're contracted by it and you're assumed under it, so you're committing quite a sin. And when religious people hear this that aren't Christian, they go, what? And then there is precaution. It's not always about, they go, how much money can I get, what is this, you know, this trust bond equity thing that you're on about, accessible, moving and managing and putting into a trust to indemnify it. You see, ownership is not such a good thing in this world. You realise when you own stuff, it can be taken. It's a target, it's collateral, it's assets. When you own something and you cleverly put it into trust, Tony Blair, then you can have millions when you walk out of your job and not be touched. Why is that? Because some people were trust lawyers and they take the money and they put it in a safe place. And when people say, I'm having you for everything you're worth, my lad, and then they go and get them for what they're worth, they're not worth nothing, because it's all in a trust. And if it's in a trust, and there's other trusts involved, all my days it looks like, they, yeah, the trusting is really good. So you can have a look at We Buy Any Debt. I'm looking at that. Elizabeth gives me some pointers. I'm all for that. It's a good thing. I will recommend, as always, and show you what options are out there. We will do that. It's an open family. Nobody is telling you anything. It's your own decision. That's the trouble you have, though, because you don't know who you are, how you're to write your name, what you are, when you're contracting, when you're not contracting, how to contract. The understanding anything, even the court system, they're your court systems, they're your Bill of Rights, they're your everything, Magna Carta, and it's like, oh my God, there's so much confusion and opinion, and so we're sorting it out, and we've got quite far. The postmaster, full stop. Boom. We've explored quite so much, and coat of arms, family coat of arms, you need to make one. That's all I'm saying. You need to look at little tricks. This is amazing what a stamp can do when you look at military, postal system, universal postal system. Not only have you got unified commercial codes, but you've got the universal post system, and you've got the option of being a postmaster. It's not only people on TV that have funny titles, we can have funny titles too. So again, you've got to show intent, though. You've got to show, this is the problem, you don't know, so we'll give you the options of doing that. We'll give you the options and tell you who's done it and what's happened. We'll watch videos, we'll pass out publications, documents, direct you to sites, and make plans for how we remedy the fact that we have a Prime Minister or no Prime Minister that's in an office with no power, that's probably assuming power, and we're quite vulnerable right now, and we are quite a laid back nation, and we like to queue and pay for things, but I think the time for queuing and paying for things is well and truly over. I think we've paid for it all. We are not paying for our own demise, for our children's demise, for our children's demise, so people can get rich and sit at the top when they all know that technology's come that far and the law system is that far backdated and demonic and sadistic and satanic and non-practicable, that we could, with technology, all have an app and run things quite differently and get rid of all these thousands of pounds being spent, and all these things can be discussed and more. Your general well-being, your diet, your energy, your positiveness, everything. When people come in the group and they say, this isn't quite law related, but I want to mention it, and they mention it, it's absolutely amazing, because we go, yes, Mark Ceylon and your cancer saving cheap cures, boom. Oh, we love it, we'll like it, we'll share it, we'll pass it on, because we have laws of nature, natural laws, and these laws you can't mess with. CERN, HARP, research CERN and HARP, CERN, Hadron Collider, Switzerland, largest of its kind, electromagnetic interference, opening up wormhole technology within the ionosphere. Then you've got HARP, bouncing radio frequencies off the ionosphere and the outer edges of the atmosphere, and it's just messing stuff up. So yeah, we like it, we learn a lot. These laws of nature, the rice water experiment, quantum mechanics, religion, they all are connected. So this is why we entertain them, and it's not just a journey about how to stop paying a PCN. PCN's a small fry. Children are going missing, children are being claimed, as on Beat the Bailiffs. What did they specialise in showing? Only evictions, where they get the High Court warrants for notice of vacation notice or something. It's the highest one that they can claim for. They go for that, and they get enforcement in there. You see how they bashed that woman's house in? They actually took all the inner door out, the outer door held, and they went through the middle. They were that robust in getting in, that intent on getting in. So, children then are in temporary housing, they get evicted. Because they're in temporary housing, they won't re-house the parents, because it's called something like, you have intentionally made yourself homeless. You've intentionally made yourself homeless, so you don't deserve housing. What? An Anglo womb man doesn't deserve housing by his government that he elected, apparently he all gave authority and jurisdiction to, in his best interest, to manage everything on our behalf. And we're under other contracts of which there's no obligation to the flesh and the blood. And if you don't know how to you get the obligation from being default slave citizen, straw man, and going to the actual flesh and blood, then we've got a problem, because you will never have any rights, and neither will your children. And that's how dark it is. It's the greatest story. It's just like Bruce Willis. It's just like that. In The Sixth Sense, and you find out it is seeing ghosts. I see dead people. I see dead people, and we tell them they're dead, and then they hear the story and go, what? I need proof. We give them proof, and they go, what? And they tell more people, and more people are coming. the greatest story. It's taken 1666 we'll go for, 1766, 1866, 1966 is 300 years. We're in 2017, so it's taken over 300 years to fathom out this, and you're telling me? Yeah, so we're having a lot to chat at this meeting, and there's a lot of people with questions, so we'll structure it, we'll direction it, we'll give you the reasons why, we'll give you the sources, we'll put you into touch with specialised people of which you need help with, and we'll put you on a programme. We'll start opening up online seminars, we'll get some vans on the road that have got mini offices in them, we'll start operating up a bit more networks, and when you do the same in your local area with your pop-up Sunday or whenever it is, you know, meetings that you can do with vans and big trucks, flatbeds, whatever you want on public land, or someone that's got a car park on a pub that you know that someone owns, so you can go and park there and do whatever on private land. You know, you need to start asserting yourself and using these tools of which you've got, but not as using your instrument, which is your straw man and all that, and your fiction, and they own the caps, the all caps name, so they can do what they want with it. You don't own the all caps name, you don't, never have, you've got no interest in it. What it does is give you liability. It's an instrument of which you can give a national insurance number, a surname, a date of birth, and get a job, to go and get a dental treatment, to go and get a certain register on an account for a phone. That's the type of thing they are for contractual obligations. Once you all understand this, gain control of it, start telling other people, and then learning on the scale of which we've gone, then England's going to be pretty pissed off soon, and then we can all go, whew, thank you, sit back and let you lot do whatever you need to do, because it ain't my decision. All we've got to do is present. We present and let the masses decide. We do that always as a collective union. I'm done. It's enough said. Welcome to the presentation. Thank you, and hopefully we'll see you there. Check the links for the location. Goodbye. Creator bless. Namaste.